And he played with us for, I don't know, quite a few times, quite a few nights before. Found out he was packing a gun one night. We bounced him out pretty quick, got him outside, got the gun away from him, and said, if you're going to play with us, you're not bringing, any gun in here. There's enough trouble in those places without somebody whipping out a gun,
Sure.
That's just one of the many crazy things.
Wasn't he involved?
Oh, we had a lot of fun.
Wasn't he involved with a shootout with the police a couple months later?
I think he was later. Later on, yeah. I think he did go Web River for a little while. I think he did. Did a little time. But like I say, the country music, it didn't seem to. It took really into the 50s with, even beyond Kitty Wells and WPEA and some of the others to really get it going up north here, where you could, hear it on the radio and some TV programs and stuff. Finally got up this far, but it took quite a while.
And so there were no such things as no smoking laws in establishments back then, were there?
Man, you talk about smoke. The smoke would hang so low you couldn't even find your guitar, Just of course, but when I started playing early on, nobody had any air conditioning. There was no air conditioning in those places. You can imagine with that smoke and no air conditioning, what it was in the summer,
Sure.
Was kind of rough.
And
but if you like the music, you just did it anyway, I guess.
And you developed quite a following in the area of fans.
Well, some of the people used to, they'd come wherever we were playing. I was playing, and my brother Dave played with me for quite a while, but then he dropped out. But I always had I had a list of guys I could always call,
And so would you mind please telling us some of the names of your bands that you had over the years?
Well, the only two I really had I played a lot of singles, and I played a lot of in fill-ins. But one band I had was, I call them the Essex County Boys. And we had I had them for quite a long time. And but that's the way you did. You had different ones coming and going,
And then another band I can remember, the one name comes to the top of my head, the New Englanders.
Yeah, I used that for a while too.
I use that for my band now. Some may know. It's a good title. I stole it from you.
You guys are far ahead from what we were, I'll tell you.
Now, let's skip a few years, if that's all right with you.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to.
Now, if you had to pick one artist as your favorite of all time, sort of your idol, you would probably pick Roy Acuff, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'd have to be Roy. I like a lot of them, but I like some of them. But Roy to me was he was they called him the king. Dizzy Dean nicknamed him the king of the hillbillies, but he was really he really was the guy that got things started in a big way down there,
I think he was one of the first artists to really start bringing singing to the Grand Ole Opry, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there used to be he was the first singer there. Used to be all instrumentals they played, no singing at all. And one night he sang, I can't think of the name of it.
I think it was The Great Speckled Bird,
Great
wasn't it?
Speckled Bird, yeah. And after that, they were off, They started having singers and, different bands and stuff. And he really built it. Roy really was behind it.
And speaking of the Opry and Roy, you actually had the opportunity to meet him backstage at the Opry. And
yeah, met him, and I never had a chance to get to Nashville when I was younger, but I did finally get to see him, and I shaking hands, talking with him, And I said, Mr. Acuff, everybody always called him Mr. He was like the king, a nice guy though. And
Sure.
I said, Mr. Acuff, I've been wanting to meet you for 45 years. And he said, well, I've been here for 50, he said. And, I talked to him for a while. He's very, very nice, very, very congenial. Just a nice guy, just a nice country boy,
So how many years were you active in the business?
Oh, I don't know, off and on. Probably, you might say 40 years, playing here, playing there, and then sometimes not playing and playing, here and there and everywhere. Off and on. I still, love the music, but, of course, I've kind of turn it over to you now, and you do a much better job than I ever did, believe me.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Much better.
You're so great. And my grandfather, New England country music legend Paul Cloutman. Grandpa, thanks for coming here on my show. It's been a real honor to have you on and talk with you, and we'll be playing more of your songs here tonight.
Well, thanks, Paul Edward. And keep up the great work. I want you to get back on your guitar and give us some more great stuff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
All right, I think right now we're going to hear Brand on My Heart. I think that's what we're going to take a listen to by the great Paul Cloutman. So here's Brand on My Heart.